So here we go, PUBG's free-to-play release, and I guess a little bit of a review and kind of some thoughts over, has it been a success? Well, obviously it's a little bit too early to say in terms of has it been a success. What we do know is that if we look at the figures we have access to, PUBG on PC, for example, has been hitting some pretty big peaks. It almost got up to peak player count of 700,000 concurrent players. So that means on PC, the Steam client registered 700,000 people playing PUBG at the same time, which is pretty big. That's like, you know, one of the top games at that particular time. The peak for PUBG back in 2017, I think it was 2018, was 3.2 million at the same time. But although you might say, well, okay, 700,000 is significantly less, 700,000 players is still an awful lot of players. So to give you an example, right now as I'm recording this video at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon in the UK, the game with the most concurrent players, so players playing at the same time, is Counter-Strike, which is 766,000. Number 2 is Dota at 669,000. That's Defense of the Ancients. And then you've got PUBG Battlegrounds at 406,000 players. So that's not bad for a battle royale that's been out since 2017. So on PC, we know it's had a significant uplift since the free-to-play launch. I mean, before it was probably trending at about 170,000 average, you know, concurrent. So on PC it seems to have done very, very well. Obviously we don't know the exact figures for console because we're not given them, but what I can say from experience is that matchmaking times seem to be much faster. You know, you can jump into a game of squads or solos really quickly. You hit start and you're into a game very, very quickly, and the lobbies seem to fill up, which is really cool. If we look at it aside from the fact that the game has just gone free to play, so, you know, so people maybe are checking it out who have never played it before, I think lots of people are coming back to PUBG as well. The renewed interest in it has definitely helped with that, and I think there's been some very, very sound gameplay decisions around PUBG over the last few months leading into free to play, and I think that's the thing that excites me the most. It seems like the people in charge are now making the right decisions. So what we're talking about, so things like the fact that there is no featured map at the moment, it's just random maps. You know, you'll get Sandhawk, you'll get Miramar, you'll get Erangel, you'll get Vikendi, you'll get Tago, you know, and that's it. We haven't got Karakin, and we haven't got the volcano map, which the name escapes me at the moment, but it's fine. No feature map is good because it means we're not splitting up the player base. They haven't thrown in first-person solos at the moment as well in Europe, but again, this is purely just because of queues, you know, because the queue would be too long. There's not enough people trying to play it on console. On PC, it's a little bit different, so that's good. They have now included some solid tutorial missions. So if you're brand new to PUBG, or you're getting back into it, or maybe say you're switching between controller console PUBG and mouse and keyboard PC PUBG, you've got a really nice basic tutorial that takes you through basic movement, and then you've got one that can where you can play 1 versus 100 proper battle royale solo on Erangel. You get 10 goes at that, and that is really good. That is really good. Bit disappointing that you only get 10 goes. I wouldn't mind playing it a few times more on mouse and keyboard PC just to get used to it. And we've got the training mode as well, which has been improved, allowing you to access weapons and gadgets without having to go back to the warehouses full of gear. So that's good, solid decisions. They've added some stuff in. They've added the tactical gear, and you know, we might have been a little bit worried about there, but it's the drone, nice and solid. Doesn't seem to be overpowered at all. We have third person. We have 3D spotting now, but it's only in casual. It's not in rank, so that's good. And it can't drop explosives or anything like that, which is good. You can't stick C4 to it and kill people with it, which is good. And we've got the medical pack, which just makes you quicker at reviving and healing yourself, and it enables you to heal teammates. And that seems, these are solid additions to the game, which, as far as I can tell at the moment, don't seem to be taking away from the game at all. They're not making PUBG something that it isn't. You know, PUBG has always been, and hopefully always will be, the strategic tactical battle royale where decisions about positioning and where you go and what you do is more important than your Twitch gameplay skills. And that's why it's good for sort of older players like myself, because you can enjoy the survival aspect of deciding where you want to go to stay alive right until the final circles. You don't have to jump in hot and worry about getting massacred, say like in something like Warzone. So that's really good. The game itself seems to be running very, very smoothly. Now you've got to remember, I'm playing this on an Xbox Series S, and I've played it on PC through my Shadow Cloud Gaming PC, and it seems really good. I've played a little bit on PlayStation 4. I fired it up a little bit, and of course it wasn't running at the solid 60 frames a second 1080p on that, but it seemed okay. But your results may well vary. I can't really comment on that. We did have a couple of crashes when I was playing duos with the Colonel, so that was a bit disappointing, but we've only had 2. So I think what we've seen here is some really good solid decisions. They haven't thrown microtransactions in our face as well. It's not like they've launched free to play with a battle pass. In fact, they've been quite clever with how you want to play and pay for the game. So if you want to pay for PUBG, obviously you've got all the skins you can buy and things like that, but it's really the $11.99 I think it is that you pay is to access ranked mode. So that's really for the people who are serious about PUBG, want to take it to the next competitive level, can pay their $12 and they can play ranked mode. But you don't need to. I don't play rank mode. I've got no plans to, because it's a bit sweaty in there and I'm not good enough. But what I will do is I will spend a few bucks on a skin, and fingers crossed, if they get the battle pass right, then who knows, I might invest a tenner in playing the battle pass. The problem with battle passes in the past with PUBG is that the skins and the things they include with the battle pass are often pretty uninspiring. You very rarely think, oh yeah, I really fancy that. That's really good. It's more of a case of, oh right, yeah, that looks a bit naff. So has it been a success? I think we've got the foundations for a success, and I think if they keep with these solid strategic tactical gameplay improvement decisions, which really go to the core of what PUBG is, then I think PUBG, if not going from strength to strength, will bolster its player base, and it will be a much more sticky game. So people will play it more. I know I've been playing an awful lot more, and I think that bodes well for the future. And I think what we've got to really see now is give us some more tactical gear. We really want 4 options at least of tactical gear, so you can have a class for each different player when you're doing 4-person squads. So that would be really good. Maybe we need another map, and I think maybe they should do something with the arcade game modes and finally give us something apart from Team Deathmatch. But I think for me it's been a success. PUBG is better than it has ever been. I really enjoy playing it, and I'm looking forward to playing it more, and fingers crossed lots of you out there will feel the same way too. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hope you found that useful. If you have, hit like, put your thoughts down below, and I'll see you again soon.